Hello, my name is Jim Vickaryous. I'm a Florida personal injury lawyer. And today we're going to talk about insurance. We've been doing a series of insurance videos. Today I want to talk to you about, are you covered when you're driving a car for work? All right, there's a lot of scenarios that can apply to you, and there's no real easy answer to this because whether you're insured under an insurance policy, if you get into a wreck and hurt somebody while you're driving at work, has to do with what you're doing that day, who you're working for, and what the nature of your work is. So let's use an easy one. Let's say that you're driving a box truck for your employer, and you get into a car wreck. You've caused the wreck, unfortunately. All right, are you covered under that? Well, the easy answer is probably yes. If your employer has a commercial general liability policy, number one. Number two, that truck is actually covered under the insurance policy for your employer. And number three, that your name, you as the driver, are actually listed as an allowed driver under that policy. These are called fleet insurance policies, and they'll list all the trucks on the policy. And most importantly, they have a list of allowed drivers. And so it's up to your employer to make sure that when they hire you, they go to the insurance company, they give the insurance company your driver's record and all the information like a driver's license, commercial driver license, that's necessary under those policies. Here's a problem I've been seeing recently. There's such a shortage of commercial drivers out there today that fleet vehicles and fleet management companies will actually have commercial drivers who are licensed and who are allowed to drive these trucks get into these trucks and start driving them immediately before they call their insurance company and actually put those drivers' names on the list of allowed drivers. Causes a big problem because if that truck and that driver gets into a car wreck, anywhere in the country, including Florida, there's no insurance on it because that person driving that vehicle was never reported to the insurance company. So these are, if you're the one driving that truck, you need to make sure that you get an insurance card from your employer with your name on it, showing that you're actually listed on that policy. So that way, you don't become personally liable under in a bad situation. Now, there's a lot of other instances when it comes to when you're working and whether you're covered or not. Let's say you work in an office and it's not your job to drive around. You work in the office all day long, but at the end of the day, your boss comes to you and says, "You know what? I'm going to let you off at 4 today as opposed to 5, and I'm giving you that extra hour because I need you to deliver this package over to somebody on the other side of town near where you live. Can you do this on the way home?" You're a good employee. You want to be a team member. You say, "Yeah, sure, boss. I'm going to do that." So on your way to this person's house to deliver the package, you get in a car wreck, and you're the one at fault. You caused it. Are you covered in that situation? Maybe yes, maybe not. So if your employer and that business has a commercial general liability policy, probably you are covered under that. However, the primary insurance is going to be your insurance, your car insurance, because it was your personal car that hit somebody, even though it was a work errand that you were on. Now, the question is, does your car insurance cover you for something that you get into a car wreck for while you're working for somebody? It really depends on your insurance policy. The better insurance policies for just a one-off work errand, that this isn't something you typically do, you just one particular day did a favor to your boss, you're probably covered under that, under most policies. But remember, there are a number of less expensive insurance policies that are being sold today that actually have an exclusion for work errands. So if your insurance company learns that you were on a work errand when you hit somebody, your insurance company is going to decline coverage for you personally. It could cause some problems for you. So just remember, if you have great insurance, you're going to be covered in that situation. If you have cut rate insurance, you're not. You're not going to be covered for that at all. Some other situations, are you covered when you're driving for work? A lot of people do Uber Eats, drive as Uber drivers, as a side gig, Lyft, companies like that. Are you covered when you're working for them, or doing jobs for them, and you get into a car wreck and it's your fault? The typically there's two answers. First answer is yes, you are covered. Generally, these companies provide additional insurance that cover you while you're doing activities for them. However, you also have personal insurance on your car because it's your car that you're driving while you're doing Uber work or Lyft work. Your personal insurance policy is not going to cover you. And your personal insurance company policies, all of them, actually state that if you're using your personal car for regular work delivery style business, they're not covering you. The reason being is that's a different rate. They're charging you a premium for personal use of your vehicle, which is less generally than what happens when you're using your vehicle for purposes. What I'm trying to do today is just kind of give a nutshell of the question of are you covered by your insurance when you're working and you get into a car wreck? Obviously, it's very complicated. Every situation is different. Usually, you're going to need to talk to a lawyer to see what the coverage status is. So, what we do is represent plaintiffs in personal injury cases. If you're a plaintiff in a personal injury case and you've been hit by a commercial truck, or somebody that is working, give us a call because at the end of the day, it all comes down to each individual case. Thanks again. This is Jim Vickaryous.